Showers and thunderstorms will be moving in later today, and it does warrant being weather aware because we could have a few strong to severe thunderstorms involved, but I'll have more detail on that in just a moment. Right now, there's nothing going on. There's just a little bit of ground clutter around the radar site there, but we're clear for now. But that is not the story as you get farther to the northwest. This is where I mentioned yesterday we would start to see more of that activity. The cold front hasn't arrived here quite yet. It's a little further off to the west, but we are seeing more activity off to the northwest, and we will see that spread our direction later today. Daytime highs will be pretty well the same. We'll be in the low 70s today, so we have just another warm day, really our last warm day before things start to calm down. And overnight lows tonight are in the mid 50s, so it will be a little bit more chilly behind that front, but it will take a little bit before we really start getting cold air here in North Texas, so we're not quite there just yet. Here's a regional view, and you can see where the rain is increasing off to our northwest, those showers and thunderstorms, and off further to the west, you can see more activity getting kicked up there, and that kind of shows our two features here. So the stationary front still sitting in our area. This pesky thing will get pushed away, though, by the cold front that is further off to the west. It has moved through Lubbock and Oklahoma City there, going to continue to move off to the southeast, and it's not going to bring really cold air, but it will be enough to push this stationary front out and bring us some cooler, drier air over the next couple of days. The water vapor shows the dry air behind all of that will move in tomorrow. We'll have rain present later today, overnight tonight. Looks like, though, by the time we get up for breakfast and church and brunch and those kind of things tomorrow, we should be clearing that out. So tomorrow actually should be a pretty pleasant day across North Texas. So let's talk about the timing on the rain today. Noon today, we'll start to see off to our northwest this activity becoming more organized and getting a little closer to home. Northwestern Johnson County may start to see this activity around that time. 4 o'clock today, it'll spread into our area, so Ellis County getting into this, Hill County. Navarro County may not quite be getting this just yet. Now, I'm saying 3 to 5 p.m. across this area, really the South Metro area here. And so as that continues to creep in, I would say between 3 and 5 is when you will start to see this activity. It could be a little bit ahead of this schedule. It could be a little bit behind it. This is a model. This is an estimate by that model, just its thinking at the time. But we could see that change just a little bit. So don't think that, exactly 4 o'clock is when it's going to hit your community. This is just a guess based on that model's thinking. 8 p.m. today, the leading edge of this will be further to the east, and really to the east is a little bit of a higher risk of severe weather. We're all marginal today, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But it will be warmer and a little more unstable out there, so could see more of a risk further off to the east for our area. We could see a few stronger storms, mostly some damaging winds, large hail possible with those stronger storms. Not really looking at a tornado threat today, but some of those overachieving storms, if we do see those, could be a little bit of a noisemaker. By midnight tonight, most of the rain is thinning out across the area, and you can already see it's drying out behind Graham there. That will continue to push through in the early morning hours, and like I say, by 6, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I think most, if not all, of the rain is pushed out of our area. We'll talk about this severe risk today. It is a marginal risk. I have a low risk of some damaging winds, some hail, possible with some of those stronger storms. I think what we're going to see is any kind of severe weather threat we have today is pretty isolated. 1, 2, possibly, if we can overachieve, maybe 3 severe thunderstorms out of all of this today across North Texas, much less Ellis County. I really do think that it's going to be a low-end risk. We could see, thunder out of several of these storms, but when it comes to the really heavy stuff, I just don't think we're going to see a whole lot of it. But it's just enough of a risk to bear mentioning. So let's put this all together and we'll talk about looking a little bit further ahead. Today, showers and thunderstorms, I have an 80% chance here. We could see a few showers ahead of all of this. There's plenty of moisture in the air, so we could see some rain before all of this moves in. But like I say, 3 to 5 o'clock I think is when we start to really see things ramp up. South winds will turn to the northwest behind the front, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Could be a little bit breezy out there today. Tomorrow looks pleasant. A light north wind, mostly cloudy, with 63 as your high. Monday, we warm up a little bit. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, so we're bringing that southerly flow right back in. Monday, most of the day will be dry, but Monday night we start to see things start to increase. Rain and storms start to increase. This 50% really might be a little bit high. I think it's really late Monday before we start to see anything. 67 for the high, so we're not quite in the 70s there, but could be a little bit more mild, a little more warm than what we'll see on Sunday. The front arrives on Tuesday, and Tuesday afternoon looks like we could see a little bit more warmer weather. We're going to be seeing most of the activity the first half of the day. Then the front will come through, and we could see some compressional heating right ahead of that front. And of course, that's when we start to compress the air there and the heat, and that starts to cause those higher temperatures right ahead of a front. Southerly winds will be picking up. It'll be a little bit breezy as well. And we could see some severe weather there too. But again, another kind of scenario where we'll see more instability to our east, especially with this being an afternoon, evening event for them. We won't have the kind of daytime heating with this system, at least if the timing holds, that areas to our east will. So we'll continue to keep you updated on the severe weather threat for Tuesday. But for right now, it looks like we'll miss out for the most part on that. Behind the front, though, cooler temperatures. Here's the next kind of big story in the forecast. 58 Wednesday, 54 Thursday, 49 on Friday. So we're just taking steps downward, and those overnight lows start to get more into the plant covering territory. 34 degrees is my low for Thursday night, but that doesn't mean that some of those low-lying areas couldn't get closer to 33, 32 degrees. So if you do have those sensitive plants, just be ready to be covering those again as we start to look a little bit more like December by the end of the week. For now, storms possible today. Dry Sunday, Monday, late Monday into Tuesday, though, our next chance of rain and possibly some severe weather for our area Tuesday. And then we get much, much cooler by the middle to latter half of next week.